Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is going to be the first episode of what I'm calling the Moyer Minute, in which I attempt to tell you what you are required to do for the given week in about a minute's time. This one will not be a minute because I have a lot to say. It's the first one, so I'll be as brief as possible. But regularly check this YouTube channel for videos of both content and class expectations. So, anyways, this week we are covering the 1960s. That is the content we are covering, which is chapter 38 in your book. If you've already looked on Google Classroom, which is what we're going to be working with, I posted on Focus, you'll see there's some content and some assignments already up there. So the most important thing is make sure you're using Google Classroom. Most everyone has already signed in. I have a few people who still haven't. And they probably are not hearing this anyways because they probably don't know about it. But check Google Classroom daily. We're going to be using that. I'll remind you on Focus if you're checking Focus, but go to Google Classroom because that's got a lot more versatility. That's where we'll be sharing content. That's also where our assignments will be. So, but I'm going to be flexible. I'm going to be flexible, and I expect hopefully you'll be flexible with me as well because I've never done this before. This is my first foray into Google Classroom myself. So I'm learning, you're learning, but we'll figure it out. You don't have to stress this. We're going to figure this out together. So anyways, this week we're doing the 1960s, which is chapter 38 in the book. You do have some assignments this week. You're expected to read the chapter, complete the study guide like you normally would. Now, some people have asked me, can I type it? Absolutely. You can either handwrite it or type it. I do not care. Normally, I would have you handwrite it, but of course, special circumstances. Just make sure you get it done and submitted by Friday. Everything is going to be due on a weekly basis on Fridays, kind of like how we did it when we were in the classroom. If you look at what's on there already, you'll notice I have some lectures posted that I encourage you to listen to. I put up some videos that we would have normally watched. With some worksheets. I encourage you to do those. They'll help you understand the content. But the main thing is every week, make sure you get your study guide done. There's only going to be a few grades every week. There will always be a study guide. And also this week, for example, there's a test grade. There's an essay. There's an essay on the topic for this week that is due Friday. So treat it like you would a normal essay. I have instructions on there. You can handwrite it or type it. That's fine. Just make sure you do all the normal things you would with a regular LEQ essay and submit it on time, and we'll be good. Obviously, we're not in a classroom setting, so, do your best with it. If you need to use materials, go ahead. The most important thing is you do a good job and you learn the content. Now, speaking of content, I had a lot of people ask me questions about the test. The APUSH test is still a go, but it's going to be different, as some of you know. It's no longer going to be a 3-hour session where you're physically present. It's going to be an online test. It's looking like it's going to be 45 minutes long. What is the format of the test? I have no clue. I'm supposed to get some more information on this by Friday, and I will, as I get that information, I will share it. But we are still going to test. It's very important that you're still prepping. Now, the good news is, and some of you know this already, that the test will not cover all of American history now. It's going to pretty much go up to about where we were when we left on spring break, which was the end of World War II, the beginning of the 1950s. All right, that is what you're actually going to be tested on in the exam. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to learn the remainder of American history that would have normally been tested. You do need to know what happened. That's why we're here. It's not just about the test. So we are still going to cover the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s. We'll probably stop around 2000. But we are going to learn that content because you need to know that to give you a more complete understanding of history. And it still could be usable in the test through context and things like that. But as we get closer to whenever the test is going to be, which also I'm not really sure when that is yet, we will start to hard target only the tested material that will be on the exam. So our review will actually be easier. That's the good news. There'll be less content in review. That will be easier. Will the test be easier? I have no clue. I was preparing you for a 3-hour test, and that's everything we've done has been based on that. Now that's out the window, so I don't know what it's going to look like. I would not think this is going to be an easier test. We'll see more, but I would still keep prepping the same way you have been as if you were taking the real test because that will guarantee your success. And as I learn more, I will, of course, share it, and we'll figure it out together. But anyways, for this week, make sure you do your Chapter 38 study guide. I've put up some videos on there to watch that can help flesh out your understanding. There's some attached worksheets. You'll notice that those are not graded assignments, so you do not have to submit them if you don't want to. I just encourage you to watch the video and fill those out. The main thing for this week, though, is do your study guide and submit the essay by Friday. And pretty much week to week, that's probably how things are going to work. There's going to be a study guide, reading, and there will probably be one assessment that will be due by the end of the week, which will probably be some kind of open-ended format, written, short answer essay because it's the best type of assessment for our current situation, okay? But once again, you can type or handwrite any of these assignments, submit them. You can submit them via Google Classroom. That is the preferred method. However, if you want to email them to me as an attachment, I can work with that as well. Once again, flexibility. I'm going to be flexible with you. You be flexible with me. We'll take care of each other, and I think everyone will get exactly what they want out of this. You know, the main thing here is that you will get out of this as much as you put into it. If you really want to learn a lot, I think you'll learn just as much as you would if we were sitting in my classroom. So, you know, if you just want to go through the motions and do the bare minimum, you know, you probably will get away with it, but you won't learn as much. So, you know, it's really up to you at this point, okay? But I think it'll work out in the long run. I think we'll be okay. So that's it for this one. A couple of last things real quick. If you need me, email me, you know, message me on Google Classroom. My live office hours are going to be Monday through Friday from noon to 3 p.m., which that just means if you message me during those times, you'll probably get an immediate response, noon to 3 p.m. Email me or on Google Classroom. And I'm toying with the idea of doing some maybe live streams in the evenings as well, but I haven't figured that all out yet. And, you know, when I do figure that out, I will, of course, share that. But those will not be mandatory things. I don't expect everyone to tune in at a certain time because it's not realistic, okay? So anyways, we're going to do our best. I've already rambled for too long, but you'll be hearing from me regularly. And make sure you continuously check Google Classroom, Focus, and YouTube. But the main one is Google Classroom. That's priority number one. And of course, the YouTube channel will also have regular updates, okay? That's it for now. I will see you on Google Classroom starting tomorrow. And remember, if you have any questions, please email me. And good luck.